Game ban.
They had some synergies in the draft which we did fail to spot out in the beginning.
Starting things off with a repel to back him up. Get good. Has
It's a joy to see esports pick up so well in this country.
Reserve time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ESL India Premiership. We're here for the grand finale of Season 1, the Masters. Kicking things off, we're going to be watching Beyond Infinity taking on the team from Nepal, 4Merical Esports. I'm CloudX. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning here. And we are getting the show on the road. For those of you that are wondering, this is the ESL India Premiership brought to you by Nordwind Gaming and sponsored by HyperX and ROG. I'm CloudX. And it is going to be a best of one here in the upper bracket. So the way the bracket has been laid out is you've got a double elimination bracket. All upper bracket matches except for the winner bracket finals will be best of ones. The remainder of the lower bracket matches and the winner bracket finals will be best of threes. That essentially means that you got to lose a lot more matches to actually get knocked out, and when you are on the ropes you do get a second lifeline. I really do like the format personally. I think it is the smarter way to build a double elimination bracket without actually taking up too much time. But yeah, this is one of the first few times that we've got a full 5 days allocated to an Indian esports event with just 8 teams. 8 teams per game, that is. The 8 finalists that have now made their way through the Starter Cups and the Challenger Cups over the last 6 months. Beyond Infinity, one of the heavy favorites going into this matchup. They are going up against the underdog team from Nepal. We've never actually seen this team in action, but they are picking some meta picks here. Starting off with the Warlock. They've chosen to ban out the Draw Ranger and the Alchemist. No real surprises there. While the Ogre Magi gets banned out by Beyond Infinity. So they're not going to try and deal with that tanky support. They don't want to put... well, if they have banned out the Ogre, I'm starting to believe they're going to pick up roaming support. Perhaps the Ricky, the Bounty Hunter, maybe even the Earth Spirit. But they'll open up with the Sand King and follow it up with the Invoker. A couple of things have changed in their roster. Neji will now be playing for Beyond Infinity as opposed to Barosai, who helped them in their journey through the Challenger Cups and the Starter Cups. You've also got Zedis Bug coming back out of retirement to join the squad. He's going to be playing their 5 position support. And the remainder of the 3, No Chance, Swifty and Blizzard will continue to play on. No Chance should be playing the support role as captain. Blizzard should be playing the carry and Swifty should be on the mid position role. Whereas for Merical Esports, it is a mystery who plays what. However, there have been a few articles going up on the ESL India website. So pro.eslgaming.com/India. You'll be able to find a quick spotlight of what 4Merical is, where they've come from and what they've got in store for us. They will round out that Warlock pick with a Faceless Void as their secondary choice. 4Merical Esports still going with the meta. Lots of lockdown, lots of control. The Warlock and the Void, a little bit of synergy there. If you can get a good Fatal Bonds off inside the Chronosphere, maybe with some additional damage in the form of a Disruptor, perhaps even, well, I was going to say the Invoker, but BI has the Invoker for themselves. But yeah, any real source of damage inside the Chronosphere would be a nice addition here, especially if it comes in the form of a secondary support. However, that said, Warlock is the babysit style of support, so 4Merical might be looking for a roaming support of their own. For those of you on the stream asking when the Counter-Strike stream is starting, I think Counter-Strike is going to be happening on a parallel channel on ESL India Premiership. I'm not too certain, you'll have to check that out. But yeah, this stream is going to be Dota all day till about 9 PM at night, which is the scheduled stop time for the day. And then we'll be kicking off tomorrow evening once more.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm going to be joined by Gambit later on in the day, and even Nazo, who's going to be jumping in from Chennai. 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock for Merical Esports with the bans to go. You've got an OD ban coming out from the BI squad with a Lich being removed as well. So they really aren't keen on going up against that dual lane with a Lich at mid. Or perhaps even an off lane with a Lich +1. An EXP starvation strategy is quite disgusting. Yes, through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a LAN tournament. All teams are currently sitting in Gurgaon, or Gurugram as it's now called, in the northern part of India. Teams have travelled from Nepal, Bangladesh and all pockets of India to get there. They're currently playing at the Nodwin Gaming offices, and from the 9th to the 11th, we're going to be moving on to the Comic Con Delhi location. That's at NSIC grounds, I believe. So yeah, you should definitely come down if you're in Delhi. Do visit, do come say hi. It is going to be quite the slamming event. I can guarantee you that. Third pick for BI going to be the tried and tested Silencer. This is a Zetisbug classic. And it really is a fresh breath of air to see BI going back to their roots, picking what they're comfortable with. A Swifty Invoker, an offlane Sand King, which used to be Parasai, but now it's going to be Neji. And of course, the 5-position sacrificial support Silencer, played by Zetisbug. For Miracle, we'll go with the Mirana. Again, a good choice with the Faceless Void. You've got the arrow that can extend the duration of the lockdown if you can couple it up with that Chrono lockdown. And of course, the absurd amount of magic damage that the Mirana brings to the table, especially in synergy with the Warlock Fatal Bonds, can be absolutely devastating. Another signature comes out here, Beyond Infinity, pulling out all the stops here in this best of one, getting themselves that Blizzard Slog. Well, for Miracle's probably going to need more tools than just the Void to lock down that Slog now. Warlock is pretty much easy pickings for the Slog if he finds him out by himself. Similarly, so is the Mirana. You can't really pounce away from the leash, Sorry, I got that wrong. You can't really leap away from the leash from the pounce from Slog. For Miracle, meanwhile, I would still like to see a Disruptor added to this mix. I know it's not very intuitive to have a Warlock and Disruptor on the same lineup, because they're both sort of the babysit and stay in lane type of support duo. And of course, Warlock is quite level dependent, so you want to leave him to his own devices. But they'll go with the Lion. Not a fan. I've got to say, I'm not a fan of the Lion up against the Slog. I mean, yeah, you've got the pseudo AoE lockdown with the Earth Spike, but the Dark Pact, if timed well, can shrug off both the Hex and the Earth Spike. So I think this might be a bit of a drafting error coming out from them, but the burst damage is always good. If they can lock down the Slog inside the Chronosphere, having that Finger of Death to burst him down is not bad at all. But that's where the Silencer comes in for Beyond Infinity. A global silence when the Chrono has been dropped means that the follow-up should be non-existent. Yeah, it's all really going to boil down to execution. We'll have to wait and see how both teams pull off their intended drafts. Last pick on the board here for Miracle. We've also got a ban going on for both sides, so BI should be looking to ban out a middle lane hero from for Miracle, unless I've misread this and it's going to be a mid Mirana. But yeah, they're going to ban the Naga. Don't want to deal with that supreme late game Naga split push Dodo, considering that BI doesn't have that much AoE damage, and they really have no way to deal with illusions. I think the Naga ban is absolutely justified. As for Miracle, they should be looking to ban out a secondary support, possibly a roaming support, the No Chance hero. Now, we've seen No Chance do some wacky stuff in the past. We've seen him run an Axe in the jungle as a greedy support. We've seen him run the Ricky on occasion, running around the map, causing all sorts of chaos. I don't think I've ever seen No Chance playing the Earth Spirit, so I don't think that's an option. We have an Oracle ban coming out. Completely forgot about the Oracle. It was slinking around in the draft. However, I don't think the Oracle was the choice for BI. I still believe they're going to go with one of those roaming supports now. Maybe a Nyx Assassin if the situation calls for it. Or even a Night Stalker. We've seen BI do this. They run the jungle Night Stalker and start causing all sorts of havoc past the first 4 minutes. Now they're going to go with the Slaughter. So we're looking at a possible support Sand King and an offlane Slaughter? No, hang on. No Chance has picked up the Slaughter. So this is a support Slaughter. Yep, I'm left scratching my head. But we will find out what they've got up their sleeves as we jump in to the first game of the day for the ESL India Premiership. The Masters are upon us. And unfortunately, it looks like my screen is all messed up. Yeah, sorry about that. Early morning production issues. We should be good to go now. Alright, we are now looking at BI on the dire side. You've got no chance playing that Slaughter. You've got Swifty on the Invoker. Silencer in the hands of Bug. Sand King going to be played by Neji. And that puts Slark in the hands of Blizzard. Meanwhile, for 4Merical Esports, you've got NCH on the Mirana. Void going to be handled by Standin.5. You've got Darkseer played by Kunyo.Sinzo. You've got Lion in the hands of Viper, which puts Warlock played by Ringo. For those of you that are indeed just tuning in, you're watching the ESL India Premiership. We are now at the final LAN phase. The Masters. All teams are now competing for a prize pot in excess of 8 lakhs. The total amount of money paid out in this tournament has been north of 40 lakh Indian rupees over the last 6 months. It has truly indeed and well been a monumental moment for Indian esports. And I think it's only going to get bigger from here. This tournament, of course, brought to you by Nodwin Gaming, sponsored by HyperX and ROG. And if you're wondering who this humble caster is, I'm CloudX. And I will be joined by Gambit and Nazo later in the day. Right, the horn has sounded. We've got some early dewarding coming on. Bug. Gonna get rid of the observer wards on the top side of the map. Well, Swifty, he started off with 2 tangos and a null talisman. Standard stuff. Gonna be an exhort invoker, of course. Considering the amount of lockdowns between the Slaughter, the Slark, and the Sand King, I think a Sunstrike early on could be devastating if a Miracle is not careful. The lack of an Oracle, however, allows Kunyo to do his thing up top. Well, Bug. He's going to be able to zone out this DS a little bit. No Surge on the Darkseer. And he's out of Iron Shells. He's got one available now. But he has taken up a defensive spot here. And he will be duking it out with Bug. Oh, if only he could have body blocked him in there. He'd have done a significant amount of damage. But here comes Slaughter. They have the crush. They will get the crush off. They can't quite body block him. And Kunyo is just going to TP himself right back to the fountain. Wow, okay, that was questionable. I mean, the TP is right back to the fountain. I'd have expected him to come out here to the tier 1 and then resume his activities. But that's going to be a lot of wasted time and EXP on him now. Alright, apologies for that little hiccup. Just checking if everything was okay on stream. Of course, if there are issues, do let me know in chat. I do have my eye trained on one screen, so I can take a look at it from time to time. If there's any feedback, like audio levels not right, or if the stream is stuttery laggy, I will try and get them fixed up. But as of now, it looks like we're all smooth. A quick look at the CS. It is a Void that's actually free farming on the safe lane. So he's got himself a decent 11 CS in his bank account. Well, Slark sitting at 9. He's being contested by the Darkseer every now and then. NCH. He's doing okay in the middle lane as well. 8 and 2 on that Mirana up against Invoker's 8 and 4. So they're going neck and neck here. There should be a quick Midas on the Invoker if things continue as they seem to be going. Meanwhile, Darkseer, his stack is not going to be given up for free. Oh, no chance. Not like this. He's stolen away 3 of those big creeps there. Kunyo, is he going to get the 4th? Yeah, he's going to get the final one at least, so no chance. His movement has been very useful. This is the thing about No Chance. He's always at the right place in the right time. Always reading his opponents like an open book here. And Kunyo is being starved quite heavily. But so is Neji. He is up to 3.5. And he's got 8 CS as an offlaner, as an offlane Sand King, which really isn't half bad. And you have a solo smoke coming out from Viper. He's trying to make a play on Swifty. Swifty does not know that this is coming his way. There's no observer ward at mid either. If Lion can find the line here, I think they could get the kill, but it's going to be hard to set up for an arrow. In fact, Viper's smoke is just timed out and he's walked away. In the jungle, meanwhile, again, no chance. Is he gonna score first blood here? Looks like he might just be able to get it. 4Merical. Cunyo runs the other way, but that's a Sunstrike coming out from Swifty, and it will be first blood. Beyond Infinity puts themselves on the scoreboard in the opening game of the Masters. However, Neji is in trouble himself here. Has taken quite the beating, but he bar strikes through, and Viper isn't able to make it in time there. No observer wards to watch this bottom lane either. There's a lot of ward commitment towards mid and bottom coming out from Miracle, but they don't have any vision on the rune as a consequence. But it doesn't really matter because neither does Beyond Infinity, and Swifty really won't be contesting runes. Is that his bug? Oh, he sees the DD rune, but yeah, he's just gonna immediately back away. This is too risky for him. Mirana could probably just solo kill him if he had that DD rune in his face. Up top, no chance. Again, causing all sorts of problems here for this Darkseer. Darkseer still making slow progress towards his soul ring. He has fallen behind quite a bit now. He's got 11 CS, but that one TP back has stunted him on EXP. But at mid, Zed's bug takes another beating. But while that's happening, looks like they did throw down the Sunstrike at bottom. And meanwhile, top, you've got Cunyo hit by the pounce, and that should be his death as well. One more hit from the Slaughter ought to do it, but he's saving the kill for his carry. Never mind, he takes it at the end of it anyway. 3 kills for Beyond Infinity across the map. They've been scoring. They've been spitting blood after blood. And BI showing that they are indeed in top form here. Meanwhile, Neji, Fatal Bonds plus bashes. Uh-oh, this is troublesome for him. There is a Burrow Strike, but he Burrow Strikes on the spot. This should be a base trip for him. No consumables on that Sand King. He's actually fallen a little behind in terms of EXP now, but he's still up ahead compared to Cunyo's Darkseer, so he's doing fine. No chance. Not gonna go in too deep for NCH here. The arrow flies, does connect. There's even a cold snap coming out onto Viper. Viper gonna get hit by the last word as well. However, 4Merical did find a kill of their own. It's the Mirana scoring one on the Slaughter and looking for more now as Invoker's a little low, but has that salve. 4 and 1, they get the kill on the line. They do get a little bit of intelligence off of it for the silencer. Okay, never mind. They didn't quite get the intelligence. He wasn't in range. But we finally have 4Merical putting themselves on the board. Nope, this isn't an elimination game. This is a best of... sorry, it's a double elimination bracket. So the loser of this one drops into the lower bracket where they will face an elimination best of 3 match. But let's hold that thought because here you've got a stun coming out on stand in the fight. The Sunstrike seals the deal and secures the kill for Beyond Infinity, who are now looking for more. You even got Ringo in a bit of trouble. They have the crush, don't quite commit with it, just using the Burrow Strike for now. They will get the kill while Cunyo has the surge, but he's not going to get too far. He gets crushed in his tracks as Cunyo's taken a beating. One more hit ought to do it. The Caustic Finale is upon him as well. They're still going in deep. A Burrow Strike was there. Neji, can he switch over the aggro? Looks like he can, and he will survive. Double kill for the Sand King brings him a step closer to his blink, but he chooses to go for the Tranquil Boots instead for the sustenance in the lane, but it might mean not if he gets killed off here. He did have the Mango, so another Burrow Strike was available as the Void is unable to secure the return kill. Well, that was happening. Looks like they managed to score. No, never mind. We caught all 3 kills there. While at top lane you've got Blizzard getting some farm time on his own here. 45 CS, 3700 net worth on that Invoker, 2900 on the Slock. This is looking fantastic for Beyond Infinity, and I really feel like 4Merical's gonna have to step up their game if they want to make a comeback here. Well, they're gonna try with a kill, no chance. They don't have the drop available. Silencers in the vicinity as well. Void's here too. Zedisbug's gonna die, but the Crush holds one in position. The Burrow Strike connects as well. The Sunstrike's coming through. The damage will be shared, and it will be the Sand King that drops next. So 2 down for Beyond Infinity. 4Merical answering that gank with 4 heroes of their own, and they do manage to turn it around. In fact, they're looking for more. A Chronosphere now committed down to Slaughter. Can they secure the kill? They don't have the arrow available, and no chance. He's just gonna skirt on out of there scot-free. However, this might transition into a tier 1 tower takedown for 4Merical Esports. At the same time, you've got Invoker pressuring that mid tier 1 tower. Well, you do have commitment coming out at bottom. Sand King, his TP is enough to stop this movement coming out from 4Merical. All in all, I'd say it's a trade that does favor 4Merical Esports. However, they are losing this mid tier 1, which means that map control gets taken away from them a little bit. Ringo His TP, oh, it is successful. He does TP in and gets the deny off on the tower, so they do manage to stem the bleeding just a little bit. What's worrisome though is that Blizzard has just gone nuts on this top lane. He's got a Ring of Aquila and the Power Tread, so within the toggles he should be able to keep his farm rolling without any contest. And he's even controlling the creep equilibrium with the pull throughs to the side. Not willing to commit on this tier 1 tower just yet, but in the jungle, no chance. He's coming in. Viper, he spotted this. They get the Hex off. They have an Earth Spike, but the Burrow Strike comes in first. Amp damage along with the Crush. The arrow even getting sidestepped, and then the Sun Strike secures the kill. Now they know that there isn't a Chronosphere available, so the Void's not much of a threat. And without the leap, the Mirana's got nowhere to go, but they do get the Crush. They get a few hits off as well. A Fairy Fire used. Neji looking for a Burrow Strike, but can't quite catch on to Kunio or that Mirana. However, now he's going to go on the Darkseer, who's stuck around a little too long and ends up dying at no chance his kill. Neji, even being cheeky, they're dropping down those Tranquil Boots. This is BI making a lot of space for their teammates. Zetisbug has managed to get some free farm time on the middle lane as well. He's getting closer to level 6, so once that Global Silence is online, they should be looking to make more plays, but now he's in trouble. He does sidestep an arrow. There's a courier casually flying through. What are you doing, Zetisbug? Never mind, courier's gonna survive. Sunstrike comes through as well. Stand-in.5's not gonna be so fortunate. Maybe he is. Time walks at the tail end of things and stays alive on 60 HP. However, Sand King, he finishes up on the Void elsewhere. Meanwhile, here you've got the Crush coming out. You've got an amp damage on the Lion as well. A 2-man Burrow Strike. That'll be the death of Viper's Lion, and it should be NCH in trouble as well. Last word, Crush, stun from the as well as the amp. That'll be his death too. As Slara scores another one. Now Ringo is not too safe either. No Mango available for no chance, so he chooses not to overcommit. 3 and 12, Beyond Infinity looking ultra strong here in the early game phase. And I think it's safe to say that they are taking a significant lead here. 7,500 net worth and about 6,000 EXP going their way. And pretty much every single tier 1 tower has been taken down on the Radiant side. This now opens up a lot of a lot of room for Beyond Infinity to go ganking. Viper, he is holding on to a Smoke of Deceit of his own, but he hasn't crossed that level 6 threshold yet. It's really important for the Lion and the Warlock to cross level 6. They need to have their ults online so they can burst down the Slok and maybe even reset the tempo of the team fight with that Warlock Infernal. Arrow, unfortunately not going to find a creep there as Blizzard is busy stacking and pulling. He's getting really close to that Shadow Blade, and once he's got it, he's going to join the fights as well, I assume. A quick look at the Invoker. He's up to level 10 now. Has himself the Midas and the Drums. I assume he's going to go for the Boots of Travels. No real pressure on him to get that early Aghanim Scepter at this point. He's still got a lot more levels to grow and also has a lot more time that he's going to get free farm on this map. Did hear a smoke. Neji with his Blink Dagger purchased up. And Zetisbug with the Global Silence at the ready. They're looking to make a play here. I mean, with the Burrow Strike and the Epicenter with the Global, I think it's a confirmed kill on at least one. But they probably don't want to commit like this. Oh, what? Global Silence? Are you serious? I don't think that was necessary. And they're not even going to get the courier off of it. That was a big misplay coming out from Beyond Infinity. Just, Zetisbug getting a little trigger happy there. Well, stand in 5, Burrow Strike, Sun Strike. I've seen this movie before. However, it's going to have a different ending as Slok will claim the first kill for himself in this game. Neji, he's still holding on to that Epicenter, so they can make a play with this. This courier is extremely ambitious, I've got to say. And this time Blizzard's in position. Yep, it's been sniped with a point booster upon it. Was it a point booster? No, it wasn't a point booster. It was... I think it was an energy booster. I'm not too sure.
Regeneration.
Slaughter, he's got his own Blink Dagger as well, so it's not every day you get to see a support Slaughter getting such an early blink. They're gonna look for the kill. They'll get a 2-man crush along with the death on that Mirana. Ringo's gonna drop before he drops his Infernal. And And that's a quick, clean execution here. As Beyond Infinity walks in, slices up 4Merical's head. As they're now even looking for more. The crush is available. They will get the stun off on the Void. He can get a 3-man Chronosphere here. Drops it down, but where is the follow-up really? There really is no damage coming out from them. Even a tier 3 tower is not enough to secure the kill. As Blizzard, No Chance and Neji are just gonna walk on out of there. Sunstrike. Oh, he scored it. Void. Still not gonna escape. Swifty, the Punisher. Sitting miles away, yet being such a useful asset for his teammates. They're not done though. They'll go in once more. The drop is there with the Fatal Bonds this time. Blizzard shrugs it off. Oh, nice vacuum there. That'll be 2 deaths on the side of Beyond Infinity. Fatal Bonds and Warlock Infernal can never be ignored in these fights. The Slark and the Sand King, both dropping to the Warlock and the Mirana respectively. That does give a little bit of gold back towards 4Merical, not to mention the EXP change as well. They'll be quite pleased with that one. They've punished Beyond Infinity's overextension. Darkseer almost has his mechanism online. An extra burst of healing. Quite the tool that they need, but as I say that, Slaughter was busy finding a kill of his own. They even commit a global silence to score the kill on the Lion. No chance. Arrow barely whizzes past his ear there. If it would have connected, yeah, I don't think it would have been a kill anyway, because NCH didn't have the mana for the leap and a Starstorm. Alright, so that was Ringo's point booster in the courier that we pointed out earlier. So he's making progress towards an Aghanim Scepter, but he's just level 7. He's been shut down pretty hard, there's no denying it. Yeah, good choice from Blizzard to not commit in there. He's not really progressed in terms of items after that Shadow Blade pickup. He's got himself 1,000 gold, but he's chosen to be a part of these fights and has even suffered a costly death once. Well, no chance. He's gone in with Neji. They will get a Sunstrike off on Lion. He's barely alive there on 11 HP. One more hit from Neji might have sealed the deal. But Neji's choosing to run. He's been slowed down by the time dilation, has his Sandstorm, so goes invisible for a little while and then walks away. While behind you've got a 2-man crush as Blizzard comes in as well. They will bring down Darkseer and are now going in. The epicenter comes through as well. Ringo is down and so is Stand-in.5, or maybe not. He does get the time walk and shrugs off a fair bit of damage. And even manages to walk away with the Moonlight Shadow invisibility, while NCH will not be so fortunate. There's a Chronosphere drop, but there's no follow-up whatsoever. Stand-in.5 unable to get the kill on Neji. They'll even commit a Finger of Death. Swifty is godlike as he scores the kill on the Void. And it's 4 down for 4Merical, while BI loses just their Sand King. That's the trade that they'll take all game every day. Or all day every day rather, and Beyond Infinity. Might even consider transitioning this into an objective. However, they are quite low on HP and mana, so backing away might be the right choice.
Middle tower is under attack.
Alright, for those of you that are just joining us, whether you're a 4Merical fan or a Beyond Infinity fan, it's a real pleasure to have you here on the stream. We're watching the ESL India Premiership. Tournaments organized by Northern Gaming, sponsored by HyperX and ROG. And, well, we have Roshan now being taken down. Slark gonna claim the Aegis. No early Silver Edge coming out from him, just going for the standard Echo Saber build.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ringo. He's got the drop available once more, while Neji, cheeky play coming out from him. He's looking for a pick-off. Perhaps with the Sunstrike he might be able to score a kill here on someone. His Blink's off cooldown in 2 seconds. And he's chosen not to come in yet. But he sees Kunyo, and now he gets the Burrow Strike off on him. No Sand King, no Sunstrike to follow it up, but here comes No Chance. Sunstrike now coming through. The arrow did clip onto the Sand King, who's now in a bit of trouble himself. The drop, the bonds, and the wall vacuum will secure the double kill for the Lion. Again, Beyond Infinity. Walking out callously there, but now there's no spells available at their disposal. 4Merical, will they get jumped upon with the Warlock drop on cooldown and with the wall and the vacuum on cooldown as well? (8:21), 18 minutes in. 4Merical looking to claim another tier 1 tower here on the top side of this map with the Warlock Chaotic offering. I think they should get it. But Swifty is just doing his thing all the while. He's even getting himself the Aghanim Scepter finished up just 18 minutes in. What is this absurd farm rate coming out from him? He's got 600 gold per minute and 11,000 net worth.
Bottom tower
9 kills to his name, 0 deaths. A near flawless game coming out from him. Blizzard. Oh, he's in no man's land. Global silence comes through as well. They will secure this kill on the Mirana. Or will they? Blizzard gets the kill finally. Even expends the Shadow Dance for it. Ringo's about to drop next. He'll drop to Blizzard. Double kill for him. And now they've got no time walk on the void. Who's going to end up dying too? Pump fakes that Chronosphere and chooses not to use it. Good choice there, because there was no way he was going to get out of that one. Triple kill for Blizzard and Beyond Infinity. Really just finding the openings, knowing that the drop and the vacuum wall were on cooldown. They just really shoved the knife in and twisted hard.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Neji, Swifty, gonna work on that tier 2 at mid. This is looking like a slow and steady defeat coming the way of 4Merical Esports. And their only real opportunity now lies on the high ground. If they can slow down this push, if they can stop the siege, maybe making some big plays with the Wombo combo between the Warlock and the Dogs here, and heck, even the Void, I think 4Merical Esports might find themselves back in the fray. For those of you asking on stream, this is the first game. It is a best of 1 in the upper bracket of the ESL India Premiership. And the loser drops down to the lower bracket, where they will face a best of 3. No chance. Probably gonna die here. He does have the sprint, but behind they managed to bring down the Void as well. Classic bait and switch. They make them look one way and slap them from the other.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Right, that tier 2 maybe ancient history now, and that takes down every single outer tower from 4Merical Esports. Scan the Nepalese team. Find some sort of a recovery here on their high ground. They're an absurd amount of golden EXP behind their opponents now. And they're gonna have to pull out something absolutely stellar here. Blizzard with an alacrity upon him. He's still got the Aegis to work with. Arrow gonna skim straight past him as the siege has begun. 4Merical not gonna be able to commit too much onto just Blizzard. He's gonna drop out a couple of spells and then have him back away. Sentries and observers spotting out Zetisbug and No Chance's movements here. However, they're choosing not to jump in just yet. They don't need to. Well, they've got the Aegis. All they've got to do is throw the alacrity onto Blizzard, get a few hits on that tier 3, rinse and repeat till the tower drops, and then they can jump in on the high ground when there's no tier 3 to help out. This tower's gonna go down right about now. And Blizzard, he's gonna be able to pounce away as well. Aegis now times out. What perfect timing coming out from BI. And indeed, they're gonna stop the siege. They're happy with just getting that tower. They'll back away, farm a bit more, wait for 4Merical to leave their base, and then go back to sieging the base. Top lane, No Chance. Uh-oh, he could be in a lot of trouble here if he's not careful. However, they're not going to commit. He has the Force Staff and the Blink Dagger, so he's quite the slippery little sucker here. Swifty. He was thinking of making a solo play here with a Yule Scepter on stand-in.5. Blizzard, he's gone in for the Void, and if they committed with the global silence, they mean business. Oh no, Blizzard, he's in no man's land. The Chronosphere is going to hold him out there. There will be a Sunstrike as well as a Deafening Blast coming out. The drops upon Swifty. The wall is there, the vacuum is there as well, while Swifty's going to make a run for it. The Epicenter comes through. Neji will score 1 kill, scores another one as Viper's going to drop next to him. And I think this should be Beyond Infinity just steamrolling through this fight. No Chance crushes upon the slot line, finishes the job. Warlock's gonna drop to Neji, and NCH has no more leaps available. The bash will connect, and that should be his demise as No Chance scores the double and continues the onslaught upon that Darkseer. Another bash cancels out his surge. BI, they end up losing two of their cores, but their siege has not stopped. Buyback from the Mirana. That ought to be enough to slow down this push from No Chance and his boys. No barracks have dropped just yet, so 4Merical Esports will hang on for dear life. The problem is, they're now on cooldown for 110 seconds and Slark respawns in just 13. Yeah, I'm not sure how 4Merical fights back from here. I mean, they did it once with the drop, the Void Chrono as well as the Vacuum, but with all of these tools not at their disposal for the next fight, I think Beyond Infinity just chooses to push now.
Illusion.
They're wasting time here though. I mean, Slark is still busy farming the jungle and Swifty's gone bottom, etc. He does have... Okay, he's got his Blink Tagger now as well as his BOT, which will allow him to get to the lane quicker. But they're choosing to go towards the top side instead, using No Chance as bait. And now they'll go in on the Mirana. There'll be the Pounce connecting on her as well. She's gonna drop. Wall Vacuum expended. Kunyo's out of spells to work with and gets stunned up once more. The Burrow Strike moves on forward onto Ringo as well, who's gonna drop. And then it's gonna be Kunyo making a run for it, but not getting too far, as there will be another Blink and Burrow Strike coming out from the Sand King soon enough. Alright, 3 down for 4Merical Esports, now on their last limbs. And there's really nothing to do for Beyond Infinity but just walk into the base and break the buildings.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright, we did have a buyback coming out from the Darkseer, but it's nothing more than a bit of a deterrent. They've taken down that tier 3 at bottom, while Blizzard, he's going to work on the top, on the middle barracks as well. No real fights breaking out just yet, but Blizzard's thinking of going back in for another bout. Instead, he's gonna get stunned, hexed, drop coming out on his head as well. The global silence was there and he still survives through it all and walks away. Meanwhile, the epicenter finishes up on the Void, so there's no Chronosphere for this battle. He does have a buyback though, and might consider using it soon, but Neji, for now, he's done his bit and will go back to the base as he picks up a brand spanking new Aghanim Scepter as well. There's the crush coming out onto the Darkseer. No buyback from the Void just yet. Now he buys back, but that's the death of the Darkseer, so they're still fighting 4 versus 5. And now they're going in further. Mirana's about to meet her maker. Void comes in, drops the Chronosphere, catches out 2. They're going to work on the Slark, who's sitting atop the Chrono, but here comes the Meteor, a zoning Meteor if you will. As Stand-in.5 will even time walk away. Nothing to do for 4Merical but sit in their fountain, while Beyond Infinity breaks their buildings. Well, there is no sugarcoating this. Beyond Infinity has decimated 4Merical Esports here. And they're not done just yet. Swifty has not suffered a single death this entire game. He's beyond godlike. And is going to extend that streak. Oh, maybe not. Stand-in.5 jumps away. NCH. Probably not going to die inside his fountain. Well, I guess this is going to be 4Merical battling it through the lower brackets now. Unfortunate that they had to face off versus Beyond Infinity in their first matchup of the tournament, but Neji, he could be in trouble now. They're still fighting. 4Merical Esports, they're 2 lanes of barracks down, but they're still fighting. I think the smart move for Beyond Infinity is to just group up, reset, come right back and finish what they started. The safe play, however, is to go claim the Aegis before they do so. Roshan is back online and now would be a good time. Let's do a quick item check here. Everyone has luxury items on the side of the Dio. Mirana, she has managed to pull out an Aghanim Scepter for NCH here, but yeah, that's not nearly enough at this point. They do have the Warlock Axe though, so perhaps they could turn it around in the next fight. The problem is BI is never really grouping up. The maximum amount of heroes that you're going to tag with the drop is 2, and that's never going to be the silencer. He's always going to drop the global silence before the follow-up comes through. Mirana with the Moonlight Shadow. 4Merical gonna try and sneak past the Sand King and into the pit. They're a tad bit too late. The damage has been done. Here we go. Jump forward. What have you done? Standing.5. A global silence will prevent the jumps coming through. Big meteor coming on top of all of it. That's the death of the lion. Tornado EMP meteor is enough to secure his kill. And this is turning into a complete bloodbath for Miracle Esports. They bungled that one up really badly, and they're gonna pay for it with all 5, and then they'll tap out. No better situation for Beyond Infinity than that. Roshan takedown and then a 5-man wipe without losing anything. GG, well played is called. 4Merical will drop to the lower bracket, while Beyond Infinity will progress through the ESL India Premiership Masters. Alright folks, go nowhere. We have more matches coming up pretty shortly. I'm just gonna quickly confirm who the next game is between. I think we're gonna see Stand-in 5 playing next. I mean, those graphs are indicative of how nasty this has been for 4Merical Esports. Alright, so the next game is going to be Instinct.Circle Gaming versus Orampo. That's an all India versus India matchup. And we will be returning with that shortly. Stay with us, folks. This is CloudX. You're watching the ESL India Premiership organized by Nodwin Gaming, sponsored by HyperX and ROG. We'll be right back with the next game of the day.